We're adding rational expressions here again. However, these have more going on in their denominators, and they still do not have a common denominator. So that's going to be our first task. So we're going to have to find the lowest common denominator between these two expressions. Starting with just the numbers, we've got a 4 and a 6, and we can treat those like regular numbers for fractions. The lowest common multiple that they share is 12. So my LCD for the number part would be 12. But then I've got a couple of different variables, and I have to have each variable represented, and I have to have the maximum number of those variables. So I see that they both have a b, but one of them has a b2 and the other a b3. So our expression has to have a lowest common denominator of b3. And then for c's, one of them has a c, but the other one does not. So c squared is my only c, so I have to have a c squared. And I have a k, just one, so my lowest common denominator has to represent both of those fractions. So 12, b to the third power, c to the second power, and a k. So I'm going to rewrite this expression so that I can add those parts in. So first, just to give myself a little more room. So this first expression is supposed to be a 12 b to the third c squared and a k. I see it has a 4, so I need to multiply by a 3. That would make that into a 12, 3 times 4. But I also need b to the third. Well, I've already got one b, so I need another b to make that b to the third. And then I need a k as well. That part's missing in the denominator. But if I multiply the bottom by 3bk, I have to also multiply the top by 3bk. And then looking at the second expression, it's got a 6b3k. So it's got a 6, but it needs to be a 12 for the LCD. So I'm going to need to multiply by 2. It's already got the b3. It's already got the k. So the only thing missing is the c2. So I need to multiply the top by the 2c2 as well. Now, simplifying the one on the left and the one on the right, the bottoms, 3 times 4 is 12, b times b2 is b3, c squared, there's only 1, and then I do have the k as well. And then for the second one, 2 times 6 is 12. I've only got one b3, c squared, only that one variable, and the k. So I do have those common denominators. I just need to see what happened to the tops. Well, 3 times 3 in the first one gives me a 9. There's only one b, so I'll just write that down. There is a k times k, which is k squared, and there's also that u there. So we just multiplied those and combined where we could. For the second term, there is a 2 times a 1 for the coefficients, so that would be 2. There's a c squared, and there is a y to the third. So adding those together, I can combine the denominator to make it 12b3c squared k. But for those numerators, those are not like terms, so I'm not going to be able to combine them. The best that I can do is just write them together. 9b k squared u plus 2c squared y to the third. So it's not the prettiest fraction, but there's no simplification that we can do from here.